Good morning, everyone. So this is a PSA for new drivers or people who don't know much about cars, or people who do know about cars but may not ever have thought of this. So I tried to make a list of I made a list of things that you should have in your car for emergencies. A lot of times people don't take me seriously and all that. And then this morning is an example of why I do this. I went to to pick up something for my daughter that we forgot at the dentist, and I got there about half an hour, maybe 20 minutes before they opened. So I sat in front of their store and their office and listened to the radio. And I turned off the car, I put it in accessories position, and I just listened to the radio for probably about 20 minutes. 15 minutes in, this car shuts itself off again to conserve battery. I've done that before, and you turn it back on and continue to listen to the radio. No big deal. Listen to another 5 minutes or so. Then I went inside, came back out, went to start the car, and guess what? Dead battery. Clicked away, screens flickered and all that, and they couldn't start. So I casually walked out to the trunk like this. I was like, yeah, this happens. Of course, I opened the trunk manually because the battery was not happy. And got this out of the box. See that with the sun, yeah, and probably backwards, but anyway, which is a jumper battery, and as you can see, it's not fully charged. It's a 1500 amp jumper battery. It's not fully charged because it's been sitting here for probably over a year. It holds the charge pretty well, but not that long. So every 6 months or so, it'd be a good idea to get this out and charge. It's just a USB cable to charge it. So the other end of it has these alligator clips, for your battery. So just casually walked up, popped the hood, and jumped the battery, connected positive to positive, negative to negative, and there's the battery. And notice the car's still running. I'm not turning it off for a while now. And I jumped it, started it, cranked very slowly because that thing wasn't fully charged, but it started it. Got me out of a jam. Didn't have to call my wife, didn't have to call AAA, didn't have to call a tow truck, just within 5 minutes I'm back on the road. So that's why I always suggest having one of those. I've also helped people, after the Taylor Swift concert in Philly this summer, we went spring. I came out, I saw a car, parked a couple spaces down from me. They had the headlights on, they forgot on, it was very dim. So I waited a few minutes and they came over and they came to their car and they tried to start it. Of course, the battery was dead. So I got my little thing out. I walked over and I jumped their car for them and, saved their night. And I'm not saying like, oh, I'm back here or whatever. No, I'm just saying that, it's useful for helping yourself and helping other people. This morning it helped me. So I'm actually going to put a list on the description of this video of things that I do to a car that I buy, whether it's new or used, things that I go over in the car, and also a list of emergency things that I suggest that people should have in their car, which includes that jumper battery, includes a tire pump, tire repair kit, because most flat tires you're going to get are going to be probably a nail. Sometimes you get a blowout, actually explode the sidewall, whatever, and you can't repair. That happened to me. But it also can be, most of the time it'd be a nail or a screw or something and a slow leak, and you realize you have a flat and you get back to your car. In those cases, you can, if it's a very slow leak, you can just pump it up with your own tire pump and get to your destination and have it professionally repaired from the inside. They pull the tire off the rim, they patch it from the inside. It's a permanent repair, and you're good to go. I also can carry a patch kit. That's a little tire plug. You just pull out whatever's in the tire and put this little plug in it. I have some videos here of me doing that on this car, in fact. That's a temporary fix. It can be permanent, but most of the time it'll eventually leak. So then you have it repaired by patching it from the inside as well. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to say that, my plan of having these emergency stuff can be very useful. And I was happy that I was only concerned that battery may not have been charged enough, but it was. So now I'm going to go home. I'm going to charge that back up overnight, and then I'm going to order a new battery for the car, because the battery in this car is now 5 years old. It's an Optima battery. It's a very good battery. But it's 5 years old with 60,000 miles, and it showed signs of weakness. What do you think is going to happen when it gets colder out? You know, once your battery is dead that quickly, it's going to be dead again, and at a very inconvenient time. So rule of thumb, every 5 years, put a new battery in your car. You know, you can make sure to get the proper battery for your car. I use the Optima batteries because they don't leak. They tend to be very good and they don't leak. I'm sure this battery will go longer, but it's let me down once, and I don't want it to be letting down my family, my daughter or my wife or whatever, because this is their car, her car. And so, you know, just put a new battery in it and be safe. So the first battery in this car, it was about 2 or 3 years old, and it started, you know, having a weak cranking of the starter motor, and I just decided to change it. This one is 5 years old, 60,000 miles. It's time to change it again. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to summitracing.com. They're not a sponsor, but they have these batteries in stock most of the time, and I get them within 1 or 2 days. And so that's what I'll do. I'll order it, I'll clean the terminals, put the new battery in, and then I'll take the old one and take it for recycling. So anyway, that's my suggestion. You got a 5-year-old battery in your car, replace it. If you don't know how old the battery is, replace it, because that's a relatively inexpensive thing to do, and it'll save you from getting stranded, because getting stranded is going to be a lot more costly to you than having to put a new battery in your car as preventative maintenance. Any questions, let me know down in the comments below. All right, so you stayed to the end of the video, so you get a bonus feature. So let's go over the process. Let's just say, you know, have a dead battery. The car won't start right now. So what we do is you pop the hood, which I already did, and you go to your trunk, wherever you keep your spare backup battery. You get the backup battery, you get the cable that it comes with. You kind of hard doing this one, you know, with one hand, but you plug this in. It only goes in one way. You take it up front. So we're walking up front. Get the hood open. Take this. There's your battery. Let's try not to drop this one. I'm gonna put it down here. Put a flat area. Take your negative. Sorry about the camera work here, guys. One hand. Take your positive. It's jammed down there now. Plug it in. Connect it. Turn this on. All right, it clicks, but it's turned on. Then you come over here and start the car. Obviously, it didn't need to be junked right now, but that's the process. Then when you're done, engine's running, disconnect it. Switch up. Turn it off. And you put it away. Come back to the engine. Don't forget this cap. And you close your hood and move on. That's it.